It also works in a lot of penny shops now. Simply just look at the camera and just click confirm. It literally just takes seconds to check out. I know scanning a QR code or tapping your phone does the same job, but this is just even better to me. So what's the reason to resist it? If you think tapping your phone to take subway is good enough, here's something crazier. You can get on a bus by just scanning your face. The only thing you need to make sure is that you've got enough credit of your own. When vending machines take no more cash, instead it takes your Face ID that links to your online account, like PayPal.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Odyssey Media. It's Nicodemus. Thanks back again for another video. And I was scrolling to Twitter the other day and saw a video of a Chinese video, man, going through along the city, in the bus, in the grocery store, supermarket, paying with nothing but his face. Biometrics payment systems are now fully active in China. And I'm here to warn the West, America, all of the other countries to please do not adopt this. It is going to be brought full here in America, and the video is shocking. I mean, my reaction to this is like, if you see this as a positive, you don't understand what's going on.
现在过来上个公厕，再可以人脸识别扫码，
请正视屏幕，请您
直接出纸。现在出门呢。
多名实习人员再来活跃了，人员设置再来。
Searching and here I found a lady talking about a DoD releases path to cybersecurity through zero trust architecture.
Everybody, what if I told you by the year 2027 you would need to have a digital ID in order to get online? Would you believe me? Because that's exactly what this is. The Pentagon creates roadmap for zero trust internet access by 2027. Tian has examined this topic in detail several times. Ultimately, the only people who will be able to hop on the internet, regardless of the entry point, will first have to be definitively identified. This will require a personal registered ID comparable to an electronic passport. No digital ID, you don't use the internet. Got it? Every activity is tracked, cataloged, and saved. The military is paving the way for this.
Cybersecurity ID internet. So you won't, unless you're authenticated as a person, you won't be able to have access to internet or internet sites or internet at all through this zero trust cyber architecture that pretty much DoD and other government agencies want to be implemented by 2017. That want to be implemented by 2027. I mean, insane stuff.
DoD releases path to cybersecurity through zero trust architecture. November 28, 2022 by C. Todd Lopez, DoD News. The Defense Department on Tuesday released its Zero Trust Strategy and Roadmap, which spells out how it plans to move beyond traditional network security methods to achieve reduced network attack surfaces, enable risk management and effective data sharing in partnership environments, and contain and remediate adversary activities over the next 5 years. Zero Trust is a framework for moving beyond relying on perimeter-based cybersecurity defense tools alone and basically assuming that breach has occurred within our boundary and responding accordingly, David McCown, the department's acting chief information officer, said. McCown said the department has spent a year now developing the plans to get the department to a zero trust architecture by fiscal year 2027. Included in that effort was development of a Zero Trust Portfolio Management Office, which stood up earlier this year. With the publication of this strategy, we have articulated the how that can address clear outcomes of how to get to zero trust, and not only accelerated technology adoption, as discussed, but also a culture of zero trust at DOD and an integrated approach at the department and the component levels. Getting the Defense Department to reach the goals laid out in the Zero Trust strategy and roadmap will be an ambitious undertaking, McCown said.
How they're bringing it about is that, hey, they're assuming that the whole system's been breached and everybody has to be identifiable at that very moment at all times, and that you shouldn't have no privacy because you have to be verifiable at all times. And it's such a danger to society what's happening right now, and it's coinciding with the surveillance, the big tech, all of these censorship things. So it's a pipeline, guys. It's a pipeline. It's a pipeline that China itself uses for their dissidents. It's a pipeline that it uses to create a second citizenry, and you can see that by the way that they treat their people, sending them to the gulags, to the camps. Incredible that we have concentration camps going on in China that are being facilitated through QR codes, and through the main database have the biometrics payment system. So the biometrics payment systems is the currency in China. You no longer need any type of credit. Your biometrics is your payment. Your social credits is your payment. And depending on what you do, you have a different...
National Security Agency, Cybersecurity Information. Embracing a Zero Trust Security Model. Executive Summary. As cybersecurity professionals defend increasingly dispersed and complex enterprise networks from sophisticated cyber threats, embracing a zero-trust security model and the mindset necessary to deploy and operate a system engineered according to zero-trust principles can better position them to secure sensitive data, systems, and services. Zero Trust is a security model, a set of system design principles, and a coordinated cybersecurity and system management strategy based on an acknowledgement that threats exist both inside and outside traditional network boundaries. The Zero Trust security model eliminates implicit trust in any one element, node, or service and instead requires continuous verification of the operational picture via real-time information fed from multiple sources to determine access and other system responses. The Zero Trust security model assumes that a breach is inevitable or has likely already occurred, so it constantly limits access to only what is needed and looks for anomalous or malicious activity. Zero Trust embeds comprehensive security monitoring, granular risk-based access controls, and system security automation in a coordinated manner throughout all aspects of the infrastructure in order to focus on protecting critical assets, data, in real time within a dynamic threat environment. This data-centric security model allows the concept of least privileged access to be applied for every access decision, allowing or denying access to resources based on the combination of several contextual factors. Systems that are designed using Zero Trust principles should be better positioned to address existing threats, but transitioning to such a system requires careful planning to avoid weakening the security posture along the way. NSA continues to monitor the technologies that can contribute to a Zero Trust solution and will provide additional guidance as warranted.
Credit score, and you can operate throughout the city with your biometrics. And if you are a really bad person, again, it's a pipeline to the camps. So this is a warning to the West. This is the technocracy of the world government that all of these conspiracy theorists have been speaking about. It is now written, DOD News, and other government agencies. I mean, you see it right there, the Zero Trust strategy. So if you want more hard-hitting news like this, subscribe to Odyssey Media, Nicodramas, because I don't think anybody's really going through as hard as we are, step by step, dissecting all of these strategies, all of these political events that are happening. So please support us.
Whoa, I'm immune! I'm immune!
Baby, don't worry. Worldwide death toll rises to over 110 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
Sarah, what's going on?
10 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
10 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
10 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
10 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
The virus that they created. It is about the creation of their concentration camps, of these videos being leaked out of China right now, of the concentration camps for all of the political dissidents and all of the protesters will be heading to the camps. Their QR codes will automatically be linked to the central CCP command center, which will turn their CCP QR code, COVID QR code, red. And as soon as it goes red, you'll be taken to a camp where you'll be fed like a slave dog that you are. This is the world model that's heading to America, but the last people that will let this happen will be the middle class. This is your fair warning. What you're seeing now is a depiction of real life China. People that are sent to the COVID camps. This is not about a virus. This is a world technocracy system. And it's now being implemented into the United States. I'm afraid if we don't fight back, the camps is the last. It's the last step for a free society. Look at the guards beating that person up. Oh yeah, it's all about the COVID, alright. It's not about the COVID. This is America and the world's last warning before a world government prison camp. It doesn't matter what country you'll be in, they'll all be the same model, the World UN model, World Health Organization model.
子烧化了，正好啥时候了？